Hey guys, Garrett back for Sableye the Mind Sculptor with a hyper budget standard deck tech. So this is part of a collaboration with a bunch of other YouTubers. We are upgrading welcome decks for $5 and $15. We each got a color pairing where we would take two of the welcome decks, put them together, and then take out the garbage, fill it with better cards, and make it so that new players could easily start getting into the game. So I'm just going to get right into the meat of the deck. This is a blue-white flyers deck, meaning our guys aren't really going to be blocked. We're just going to be hitting them in ways that they can't stop us from hitting them. We're going to snipe their creatures down if they're causing us any trouble, and we're eventually just going to win the game by counting to 20 in the air. So starting with lands, we've got islands and plains. No non-basics this week, didn't fit in the budget. If you want to upgrade this deck, I definitely would suggest Port Town. Moving on to creatures, we have Dimensional Infiltrator as a 2 and Stormfront Pegasus as a 4. Dimensional Infiltrator is a flash flyer for 2 that is a 2-1, so you can flash him in end of turn, start beating down with him on turn 3. Stormfront Pegasus, same thing, minus the flash. A little bit cheaper though, so it was a little easier on the budget. Aerial Responder is next on the curve. 1 white for a 2-3 flying vigilance lifelink. We're playing 2 of him. He definitely helps swing the race in your favor with his lifelink and his vigilance, meaning that he can both get in for damage and gain you life, as well as stay back, block, and gain you even more life. Aerial Responder, definitely a huge thorn in the side of aggressive decks. Serra Angel, 3 white for a 4-4 flying vigilance, can both attack and hold back to block. Very strong kind of effect there. And she's very good on the budget of the deck as she came in the welcome deck itself. Victory's Herald, same deal, came with the welcome deck, also offers a very relevant ability in giving all of our creatures lifelink. The flying part, of course, is a little bit useless because all of our creatures already have flying, but the lifelink part definitely will help you win the race. Moving along, we have Angler Drake. 4 blue for a 4-4 flying that when it enters returns a creature to its owner's hand. So you'll use this, bounce their best guy, and then start beating down the turn following that. Definitely helps get your opponent's shield down. They think they've got their one really good flying blocker to stop you, and you just play this, they pick it up, and you finish them off with the team. And he's just a nice body in the air. Then our last creature, Sphinx of the Magusai. 3 blue for a 6-6 flying with 2 blue, draw a card, put a 1/1/1 counter on Sphinx of the Magusai. So this is a very strong ability. The amount of blue mana that you have to pay for him is a little bit annoying, but he does close out games pretty quickly, and the card advantage is very welcome. I decided to put Hieroglyphic Illumination at 1 this time round, but it goes at either 1 or 4, just depending on when you want to cast it. You can either cast it for 4 and get 2 cards, or cycle it and get 1 card at the end of the first turn. I'm definitely a fan of both modes. Then we got Impeccable Timing, which is a little bit worse removal spell. 1 white, Impeccable Timing deals 3 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. However, it came with the deck, so it didn't push the budget too hard. This will also definitely help if you have a creature, because 3 damage plus whatever damage the creature does will kill most things. Then we just got Immolating Glare. 1 and white for an instant, destroy target attacking creature. So this will just shoot down whatever their best dude is that they're attacking with, and there's no real downside because it's so cheap. Then we've got some blue counter spells. 3 Essence Scatters, 1 in a blue, counter target creature spell. This will stop a lot of the big threats from coming down at all. Then Negate, 1 in a blue, counter target non-creature spell. This will stop specifically Aetherworks Marvel or Heart of Kirin, which are big threats to our deck, especially Heart of Kirin or Aethersphere Harvester, because of their ability to stop our flyers just dead in their tracks. Then lastly, we've got these spell Shrivels here. 2 in a blue, instant, counter target spell unless its controller pays 4. If that spell is countered this way, exile it instead of putting it into its owner's graveyard. Exile kind of nice for those pesky zombies. They will not be coming back anytime soon if you do this to them. And counter target spell unless its controller pays 4 is basically the same as counter target spell. And for 2 and a blue instead of 1 blue like most counter spells at the 3 mana slot, this is not hard on your mana at all. Definitely like Spell Shrivel for this deck. Lastly, we got a couple of Drag Under. 2 in a blue, return target creature to its owner's hand, draw a card. I wish this was at instant speed for the sake of this deck, but I can live with it at sorcery speed at the price of free because it came in the welcome deck. Last card, Dusk to Dawn. 2 white white, destroy all creatures with power 3 or greater, and 3 white white, Aftermath, return all creature cards with power 2 or less from your graveyard to your hand. That is a just great second ability in our deck. A lot of our creatures are littler, so you will end up getting a couple of cards back with whatever mana you got open. I definitely don't think Dawn is a very high priority to play, but I think once you're out of cards in hand, it's just very nice to be able to quickly refill. So that is the $5 version of the deck. We're moving up to the $15 version. The basic strategy is the same. I just added a little bit better removal and creatures. So we cut the Serra Angel, cut the Victory's Herald, cut the Angler Drake, cut the Sphinx of the Magi. In return, we got a Dimensional Infiltrator, an Aerial Responder, and an Angel of Sanctions. So you already know what the first two do. Angel of Sanctions, 3/4 for 5 with flying. When it enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent an opponent controls until it leaves the battlefield, and it can be embalmed back for 6, which basically means you get one more use out of it after it dies. For spells, we cut the Drag Under because they're just better cards that do this kind of thing. So in return for that, we got Dusk to Dawn as another copy, and Cast Out, because Cast Out is a huge card against lots of decks right now. If you don't know what it does, 3 and a white, enchantment, flash. When it enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent an opponent controls until Cast Out leaves the battlefield, and cycling for 1, which is kind of huge. So that's the deck. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm definitely going to be bringing more ultra budget decks in the future because it was really fun to brew with this restriction. Until next time, peace out.